The story of Jumong founding Goguryeo, Goguryeo. Jumong in Vietnamese is called Sao Chu Mong, a hero and also a famous king in Korean legend, founder of the Goguryeo dynasty, a powerful kingdom located in the north of the Korean peninsula, after the time of the Korean dynasty. Gojoseon country. If we mention it, Jumong's family background is no different from his brother in Greece. Legend has it that Himasu, i.e., Tiger Tomb, was the son of the Jade Emperor, and fell in love with Yuhua, i.e., Lu Hua, the daughter of the god Habeck. He caught her bathing in the river, fell in love at first sight and fell in love with her. According to common sense, if the king's son likes the eldest son, the marriage will be successful, but here, the king does not agree to this marriage. So the king tricked Himasu into getting drunk and locked his unwary son-in-law in a magic leather bag. Himasu was lucky enough to escape, whipped his horse in pursuit, and ran straight back to heaven. Telling Yuhua to stay, the god of heaven looked at his daughter's face every day and saw that he was in trouble, so he decided to give her a special place. Land. Yuhua drifted to the country Dongbuyeo, Yubo Tui. Thanks to her beautiful beauty, she caught the eye of the king of this country, Jiamhua, and naturally became a concubine, and King Jiamhua later received a few more shells, without knowing it. One day, a ray of light from the sky shone straight down on Yuhua. 5 days later, she conceived and gave birth to an egg. King Jiamhua knew for sure that he was not a chicken, so this egg was definitely not his child, so he threw the fetus into the forest for wild animals to eat. But strangely, no animal dared to harm that egg, and even the animals tried to protect it. King Jiamhua tried many ways to destroy the egg, but all were in vain. In the end, he had to return it to Yuhua. Some time later, from the egg hatched a handsome boy, who was Jumong, a child with the blood of a god. Legend has it that 1 month after birth, the baby learned to speak. The boy's eyes are especially sharp and are always uncomfortable because he can clearly see the flies flying in front of him. The first words he said to Yuhua's mother were, "The flies keep hovering in front of my eyes, I can't sleep." Lady Yuhua gave her son a bow and the boy kept shooting every fly. From then on he was named Jumong, meaning wonderful archer. Growing up in the capital of King Jiamhua, Jumong was given the responsibility of taking care of the royal horses by Jiamhua. He chose the best animal in the herd, restraining it from eating while fattening up the remaining animals. When Jiamhua came to look at the herd, he chose big and strong horses for himself and Jiamhua's other sons, but gave Jumong the thinnest horse. Jumong then fattened it. As a result, he always won the royal hunts and horse competitions. Jumong's horsewhip and bow are actually whips and bows with magical powers that help him overcome all challenges and win. In such competitions, Jumong quickly demonstrated his talent in archery, making him jealous of King Jiamhua's other sons. Fearing for Jumong's life, the old woman ran away to get a study abroad spot. Jumong and his subordinates fled on the way, pursued by enemies. The soldiers chased after them until they came to a large river. Too dangerous, Jumong waved his horsewhip to the sky, begging for help for himself, God's grandson, the river's grandson. Then he used his bow to stir the water. Turtles and fish immediately gathered to form a bridge for him to cross. The bridge immediately melted away so that the pursuing army could not cross. Jumong escaped his enemies, settled down and established the country of Goguryeo. King Songyang from Biryu country came to bully Jumong, demanding that Jumong submit to him and become his vassal. This guy did not know the height of the sky and the thick of the earth. He touched the children of his ancestors, and was punished by heaven to send floods that destroyed Biryu. At that time, Jumong appeared, just raised his horsewhip. Wherever he raised it, the water would recede. Auto-win. Suppressing Songyang, King Jumong's reputation increasingly flourished. He continuously defeated many invaders, unified the small states and tribes, and turned Goguryeo into a powerful and prosperous nation. Jumong died at the age of 40, was proclaimed King Dongmin, ceded the throne to his son Yuri. The Goguryeo dynasty that Jumong founded lasted more than 700 years of prosperity. Jumong's second son, Anjo, left to the south to establish the Baekje kingdom, one of three powerful kingdoms, Goguryeo, Baekje and Silla, that formed the cauldron of the Three Kingdoms period. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.